Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to look at Charmaine. Charmaine was a request for Truman and he wanted the Kenny Baker version. But I'm actually going to give you three versions of this. I'm going to show you first of all the original 3/4 version, and then the basic 4/4 simple version, and then the Kenny Baker version. Charmaine was written in 1926 as a waltz, and it was written for the film What Price Glory, which I have to admit I've not seen. It was recorded in 1927 by Guy Lombardo and his orchestra, which is a kind of easy listening thing, and then another very easy listening version in 1951 by the Mantovani Orchestra. And this used what's called cascading strings, and you may well have heard this version in the cinema. Certainly when I was a kid, this used to be, you always used to hear it. It's a very schmaltzy version. So I will always associate it with popcorn and plush red seating. In 1972, Kenny Baker amazingly saw not a schmaltz but a bluegrass tune in this, and he turned it into 4/4 and gave us the very nice version that we're going to look at eventually. But I'm just going to show you, not in too much detail, first of all the schmaltzy 3/4 version. So it's really quite slow. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. That version of the tune is something that you might use if you're unfortunate enough to be playing solo in a restaurant round the tables. It's something I used to do and I always hated it, but it's a real good experience teaching you how to play properly. You very quickly learn that you're doing a bad job when you do that job. Anyway, let's move swiftly on to the 4/4, and we'll give you the simple version first. So it's speeded up and it goes 1, 2, 3. There's a couple of accidentals there. Fourth line, you play a B, first finger, keep your first finger on and play first finger across both strings. Keeping the lower first finger, put second finger above that, and then lift the second finger up. So, next to the last line we've got first finger comes down to an F natural. Let's just do all of that with the backing and then we'll move on to the Kenny Baker version. Okay, now the Kenny Baker version, which has a few tricky double stops and a few variations, but mostly in the second half. So I'll take it, let's do all of the first half to start with. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's the first variation, really. Bit of tricky string crossing there. Then, so that's done, and then that's a tricky little bar. 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 3, 1 open. And then you could just play this like that, but it's nice to do the double stops that he does. So he goes into second position. So you're playing F sharp with your first finger, and that may well be a step too far for some of you. And then we're going to do double stops. So start with first finger across both strings, 1/3, open 1, providing you're in the right, exactly in the right place, then it's actually really quite simple. And it's down to first position. So that line, 3, 4. Then moving on. So a bit of syncopation here. Da 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 da. And you got that fairly tricky move from F natural up to C sharp. Back to first position, 4, 1. And I think I'd slow that. And then last phrase. It's actually easier to play by ear than it is by looking at the notes. Okay, let's do all of that, first of all without the backing and then with. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and finally with the backing. Hope you enjoyed this. If you would like a copy of the sheet music, then do subscribe to the channel and send me an email. And if you would like to get a copy of all of my PDFs in one zip file, then do please join me on Patreon. Just for £4 you will get all of that. Join at the £10 level and you will also get a choice of my backing tracks each month. And if you join at the top level, you will get a lesson every month and all of my backing tracks and all of my PDFs. and there's also a lot of exclusive videos that only my patrons can see. Thank you for watching. I will play you out with a couple of times round and a more improvised version. See you again soon.